What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer. I saw that you guys had recently liked a lot of my ABC Cyber Dragon stuff, so if you guys are new, I'm going to make this video just to kind of go over some test hands, some combo pieces. I think I use like 3 different play starters just to kind of give you a broad range of things. Most of them are like 2-card combos, but they're achieved in so many different ways, so hopefully this is a good video to kind of explain all that. So this is like full combo. This is like Union Hanger searches you a piece and it ends up coming in handy because Cyber Dragon Core can search a Galaxy Soldier, and I'll show you here. This is also just decent Ash bait, so if your opponent ashes you here, then you're still going to have 2 disruptions. It's more important actually to get the Cyber Dragon Core search off. Although in this case, like, you're completely fine, because if you normal summon Core and they try to infinite impermanence you at like literally anything, obviously you have unauthorized reactivation. So if you guys don't know, all the ABCs kind of give you immunity from like 1 card effect. B Buster Drake is spells, C Crusher is trap cards, and then B is monster effects. So you're like, this is pretty much a combo proof type of thing, unless they have multiple hand traps. Alright, so we're going to normal summon the Core. Core just searches out like any like cyber spell and trap, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, cyber spell trap from deck to hand. In this case, I chained unauthorized reactivation. I'm assuming that, you know, someone's going to try to use a hand trap, but in any case, like, since I'm not playing anybody, you can go for your normal kind of combo, and that's Union Driver. So normally if you equip these monsters like Bee Buster, you can't use their effects to special summon themselves immediately. Like, you have to wait till the next turn, which is obviously very bad. So they made this card a while ago called Union Driver. It can banish itself to equip a different of the A, B, or C, and then they can actually special summon themselves. And so, you know, from the Cyber Dragon Core, we're going to go ahead and search a Cyber Repair Plan. This is like the bread and butter combo. And if you have Cyber Repair Plan like in your hand already, if you just so happen to drew it, there's also a trap card that is like way more disruption if you end up doing it. But most of the time, you're going to want to search this card out. This lets you search any light machine monster from your deck to hand, literally any light machine in the entire like game of Yu-Gi-Oh, not just like cyber cards. All right, so from our deck, we're gonna go ahead and search a Sea Crush Wyvern. It's not really all that important. This can also be B. All right, so it's gonna go ahead and special summon itself, like I said, and unequip to special summon, and that's gonna go ahead and trigger Union Hanger. So this card has lots of good effects. When this card is activated, obviously we added B Buster, but if a Light Machine Union monster is normal or special summoned to your field, what do you know? That just happened. You can target one of those monsters, equip one appropriate Light Machine Union monster with a different name from your deck to that monster. And like I said, normally you wouldn't be able to special summon itself, but that's how you get around it with Union Driver. All right, so now we can go ahead and just send both of those to the graveyard and go into Predaplant, Verte, and Anaconda because they're 2 effect monsters. That's going to trigger a couple of things, or at least one here, the A Assault Core. So you want to have all your pieces into the graveyard, but you also want to use them as resources too, and I'll show you why right now. So when A hits the graveyard, it lets you bring back one of the, or add to your hand a Union monster that's in the graveyard, which we just sent. Alright, so now we can use Cyber Repair Plan. You have to have a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard, so Core is always treated as Cyber Dragon on the field or the graveyard, which is very nice. And then so now we can add that Light Machine like I just talked about. And you're always going to search like Galaxy Soldier. The only other exception to this would be like if your opponent has, I can't think of the Shadal Winda, where you can't special summon, you can actually search out one of the Kaijus as a Light Machine monster, and that's kind of one of your silly little outs to that card. Alright, so if you guys don't know what Galaxy Soldier does, you can pitch a light monster from your hand to special summon this card, and then you can add another, well, a Galaxy monster from deck to hand, but it doesn't restrict actually searching itself, which is what we're going to be using. So that's why we wanted to add that back to your hand. Look, this was obviously like only 3 cards, I believe, in the beginning. So you'd already have 2 other ones, but you don't want to like just pitch those for no reason. And you definitely want to have targets, because this can't, it's not discard anything. It has to be a light monster. This just guarantees that interaction. Alright, so we can use that effect again. You can't search again, but you can use the effect of special summon. Those 2 can get converted into a Nova. This card says you can detach 1 material from this card, then target a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard to special summon it. Also, it can be overlaid into Infinity. So that's an Omni Negate. So you guys haven't noticed throughout this combo, we have sent each of the pieces. We have sent the A, B, and C which means we can banish all 3 of those for like a graveyard contact fusion of ABC Dragon Buster, which quick effect banishes a card on the field. This is an Omni-Negate, and we still have floating out here Predaplant, Verte, Anaconda, which we'll use that effect now to send Red Eyes Fusion and give us 2 Omni-Negates and a banish, which is honestly pretty good in my opinion. That's a decent board, no doubt. And that was just one combo. So I'll also show you, like, there's shorter ones where it's like you don't get all 3 forms of disruption, but you usually get 2 Omni-Negates almost always. And a lot of your play starter is going to be through core. There's a few ways to search it, so you're going to see it, pretty often. Once again, we're going to search Cyber Plant. This, for the most part, is going to be like the exact same combo. We just don't have the, ABC stuff. Because you can always convert the core into an Almirage, use Cyber Paraplant, because now we have a Cyber Dragon in the graveyard. Now we can use the Soldier's effect to pitch this Hurts, so we haven't used Hurts just quite yet. When this card hits the graveyard, it actually lets you search a Cyber Dragon, so again, kind of replaces those resources to give you, as much as possible. And you can also chain block, which is a really nice part about it. That way, like, you're safe, because most of the time you definitely will have another light monster in your hand. Alright, we can use Galaxy Soldier effect again. Going into Nova, Nova's going to special summon any one of our Cyber Dragons, doesn't really matter. Then we can convert it into an Infinity for the Omni-Negate. Those go to Predaplant, Verde, Anaconda, which we can use the effect to send Red Eyes Fusion. And there we go. Just 2 cards right there. Really, it was only 1, but Hertz is just used to kind of replace your resources. Alright, so this is like a full test hand, and I want to show you like the full breadth of, like, if you know like a lot about this archetype, the crazy stuff that you can do here at the end. So Hertz is actually going to be my play starter. I do play Machine Duplication in this deck, and it ends up working out here. I will show you that. And since this card says you control 1 machine monster, you control the 500 or less attack, special summon up to 2 monsters from your deck with the same name, Hertz becomes Cyber Dragon while it's on the field. So we can go ahead and search out 2 of the Cyber Dragons. You can convert the Hertz, just like core, into the Almirage. That way you can have a target for Nova to special summon it back from the field. Also, Hertz searches a Cyber Dragon, so you have now gotten rid of all 3 of your bricks pretty much in the deck, although it's a good going second card still. For the most part, you don't want a hard draw during your turn. And just like always, Cyber Plant's going to search Galaxy Soldier. But we actually don't even need to use it this time, right, to go into Nova, because we already have it here. Alright, we can detach one of those materials, bring back their Hertz. Then we can go to Infinity, that will probably be converted into Predaplant, Verde, Anaconda. And now we can use Galaxy Soldier to start pitching some cards here. And if you have 1 card in your hand and you have Overload Fusion, this is just an extender, which you'll see in just a moment. Alright, Galaxy Soldier, going to search Galaxy Soldier. I can send that other Cyber Dragon in just a second. Or actually, I might not want to, because you always got to think you want 2 cards in your hand to discard, right? Because you have the ABC Dragon Buster and you have the Dragoon, which obviously you have to pitch a card. So, on top of being an extender, it's actually just going to be material for a link play in just a moment. So even during turn 0, you can use Rampage as effect to just Foolish Burial any 2 machine monsters to the graveyard. And since we earlier just pitched the Sea Crush Wyvern, we can actually send the other 2 pieces of, the ABC combo, which of course we're going to summon now. We still haven't used Predaplant, Verde, Anaconda yet, but we can, instead of just having these like on the field or even just using Galaxy Ultra effect again, when you don't need to, just go into an IP Masquerena. Now we can finally use the effect of Verte Anaconda to go into the Dragoon. 2 Omni-Negates, a banish, and this also just this can turn into an Appaloosa, this can turn into a Nightmare Unicorn, like either one of those things, which is really cool and pretty flexible. So if they start sending like a bunch of spells and traps, well, it's one of them definitely is going to go bye-bye from ABC Dragon Buster, and the other one can be Nightmare Unicorn, and then you have the 2 negates, like, unless the 5th card is like another perfect spell or trap, but I doubt it at that point. And then you also have cards, like Boral Sword Dragon or Access Code Talker, just like essentially anything you could possibly want. So that's like a full hand, and I thought that was a really cool kind of combo to show you guys. A little untraditional too, not your typical play starters. This is also like a really good hand. So Union Hanger used to be by itself a play, like kind of like a combo goer because of Union, but after that got banned, you do need like 1 other card, but only there's so many ways to get Galaxy Soldier to your hand, right? Alright, so we can use the effect. Since we normal summoned a Union monster, we can equip another one. And we'll just equip a Union Driver, banish it, to equip another B. Because this card is not a once per turn. Like when it hits the graveyard, it searches other Union pieces. So if both of them go to the graveyard at the same time, you get 2 searches, which obviously the 2 other pieces that you want, which can be Verte Anaconda. Now we can search each of those, and somehow this is just like full combo again, like very simple. Now we can pitch those 2 pieces. Again, keep in mind we only had 2 cards in our hand to start this turn. I'll play it actually. So we'll pitch the other one, go into the Nova, go into Infinity. All the ABC pieces are now in the graveyard. So just like the first turn, with less cards, we were able to make the same end board, which is like, that's always the kind of the best way to go about it. Like that's what the end board that you want to have. What if you just have these random pieces? What can you make out of this? Well, you can do a whole bunch of things. Unauthorized reactivation is really just the field spell anyways. Alright, so we can equip the Union Driver. Then this will actually give us the opportunity to grab our last piece, which is Sea Crush. When this card hits the graveyard, it lets you special summon, one of your Union monsters, which obviously is very good. So we can special summon that card, go into the Predaplant Verte Anaconda, using the effect of both the C and the B, so you can chain block technically, to add another one to your hand because you do have a couple copies of the B. And we can special summon that last piece, and since you can, contact fusion from anywhere, the field or the graveyard, that's exactly what we're going to do. And we can also use this effect of Verte Anaconda to go into Red Eyes Fusion, as long as it's legal, I'll be using it. And you've already had the other cards for discard fodder, since we only started, with the 3 cards. So you're good to go there. And one of them you added to your hand, obviously, which is nice. So yeah, that was like a really long explanation of a bunch of different stuff, but hopefully that kind of helps you understand ABC Cyber Dragon, at least the way I play it, a lot better. Other than that, that's going to do it for today's video, and I'll see you guys next time.